Hey guys, Mile High back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the most broken army by a mile in the game. I used this last night and rushed my attacks because I had one of those clan castle reinforcement cake things or whatever it was, so I got all my attacks done in like 15-20 minutes. I went plus 320 and I literally didn't even have to think. This is so unbelievably broken. You guys are pretty much guaranteed to go plus 320 unless somehow you make some monumental mistake. But to be honest, I don't really know how it's possible. So if you guys want to copy this army, the link will be down in the description. Without further ado, let's hop into the first attack. All right, on to the first attack. Pretty basic base here. They just got the dead space next to the town hall. All you're going to do is just open up with the Yeti clone bomb to get as much value as you can. I did drop over here because in that army camp we will get a free giant. I'm not sure why they added that. I think that's kind of dumb, to be honest, but I like to remove the town hall with this. But if you don't get the town hall, it's definitely not the end of the world. It's not required with this attack. It is just nice to get it out to remove some of that splash damage and get rid of high hit point damage building. I use one of the Valkyries just to snipe the army camp. That's kind of what the Valkyries are for, is to pick up some trash to set the other side of the funnel. Or you can use them to destroy these army camps to pick up these troops to use on your side too. So I just use my king, my queen, and my siege barracks to set one side of the funnel. Drop all your disarmers in and then just immediately hit your warden ability, because if not, they're too fast and you're just going to miss them in the warden ability. They're going to get out ahead. I'm using the healing tome, so I just pop it early. Make sure they're not taking any damage on the initial entry. We pick up a kane from that other army camp, and this base is going to stand absolutely no chance. Everything's moving together pretty well, except for up here. What do we have? Just one random giant. I'm not sure. That must have been the one from the army camp, I'm guessing. Not sure why he wandered up there, but it is what it is. We pop our RC ability. Probably didn't even really need it. Our hogs are going to go out in front and trigger giant bombs and stuff like that, which is kind of nice. This is one nice thing about the hog puppet, but mine is under leveled. So I'll probably end up using the rocket spear just because my hog puppet's only level 14, so the hogs are so weak. They pretty much just get one shot by a max level giant bomb, so it's really not that useful unless you have it leveled up. But just as you thought your disarmers were dead, they revived themselves, and look, they're all just tearing through the backside of the base now. All of our heroes are alive, our disarmers are still alive. We still have a super minion from the clan castle. I like using the super minions just because these things are so fast by the time your siege barracks pops. They're so deep into the base. It's nice because the minions can catch up quick just flying over the walls, and they have that ranged attack. Yeah, this base absolutely crushed. And this is a really fast attack too, so you never have to worry about time fails with this. Most of these attacks are around 2 minutes, which is actually insane for an average. And I'm not even trying to go for speed, just going for the 3-star. So I'm going to catch you guys in another attack. All right, on to the next one. We have a pretty similar base, actually. It's just the dead zone around the town hall. So I'm just trying to think where I want to use my Yeti bomb at. To be honest, it really doesn't matter as long as you get the Yeti mites cloned. Unfortunately, we did have 2 Teslas pop here, which could have been a little bit sketchy because it's kind of hard to get your Yeti mites to run into the clone if the Teslas pop, because they're just too close and they jump before they run into it. But we do get it just fine. We're trying to clone into the town hall here. I'm not sure if we're going to get the town hall just because we don't have that many targeting it, but the rage spell might help. We do get a fire spitter at the top. Hopefully we can get this fire spitter at the bottom too, which we don't. And the town hall also doesn't go down. So we really didn't even get that much value from this Yeti bomb, but I'm telling you, it does not matter. King, siege barracks, queen down at the bottom. We just want them to run the outside of the base because you want your disarmers to go through the core and just gut the rest of the base. They don't need any hero support. The heroes really aren't fast enough to keep up with them anyway, other than the royal champion. So that's why I send the royal champion in with them, because she also targets defenses as well, which is kind of nice. And then the electro boots can take out skeletons, stuff like that. Not that you need them because your disarmers are there, but they can help with the clan castle troops, you know, just anything like that. And it also helps take out trash buildings, having the electro boots. Look how quick the disarmers destroyed that town hall. They one-shot it. Granted, it was pretty weak, but still, that's pretty insane. We got our queen around the outside. Our king did go down, but it's not going to matter. Look, the disarmers look like they're all dead, but it doesn't matter because they die. They're going to bring themselves back to life and just completely shred this base. We used an archer, as you see up here, to pick off that army camp to get that giant on our side. That's what I like doing with the archer, because it takes a long time to destroy it, and you can kind of drop it after your main push of troops. And if you got an army camp that's out of range of a defense, which a lot of times they are, you can just pick it off with an archer, and then it adds more power to your offensive attack if you time it right like that. I timed it pretty well that time, and it actually joined up that giant with my main push of the army, which is really nice. We're going to 2 times through this, because at this point, it's absolutely crushed. The only thing left that can stop us is the enemy minion prince, but we have so many troops alive. It stood no chance. It gets absolutely melted. And that's another crushing 3-star. So I'm going to hop into the next attack. All right, on to another attack. We have double poison towers this time, which really it doesn't matter. You don't have a giant arrow, so double invis bases might be a little bit annoying, but I don't even think it matters because these do so much damage. And again, the invises aren't going to do that much because you can use your Yeti clone bomb to snipe out the Town Hall before even triggering the invis, so it really doesn't matter. We're going to get into the Town Hall this time. We got a fire spitter. Hopefully we can get both of these Infernos. That would be really nice if we can get the Infernos, and we do. Will the Town Hall go down? We are taking a lot of splash damage. Yeah, Town Hall goes down. We carved out a huge chunk of the base there, and it sets up the pathing perfectly because the ring of defenses is broken. Drop our king first, then our siege barracks, then our queen down at the bottom. If you don't have the action figure for the queen, which mine's pretty under leveled, it's only like level 7, but if you don't have it, or if it's under leveled and you don't want to use it, you could definitely use the giant arrow, or even the magic mirror for that matter. I guess it really, honestly, doesn't matter what equipment you run on your heroes. The only thing I would say is to run the Eternal Tome on your Warden, just because that's really the only value you're going to get, because it's just so hard for him to keep up with these disarmers. But then again, probably doesn't matter even if you don't. We got this giant all the way down here at the corner, which is really nice. Our wizards or our queen are going to pick that off, and it's going to join in with our main force. We hit our RC ability there. Going to take out the new cannon. I can never remember what it's called. Multi-gear, I think, something like that. Our disarmers actually went to the outside, which isn't ideal because our troops just couldn't keep up around the outside. But it's all right. We got a kane in there that we picked up from an army camp. And then we have our super minions are going to snipe out that multi-archer tower. Our queen moves in. We pop her action figure, and now we have two giants, a kane, a pekka, our queen with healers. All of our disarmers are still right here. And we have our king over here, which is going to fight off the enemy yeeter, which isn't going to do anything. We're again just going to 2 times through this. We do have a pretty nasty backside here. We have multi-archer tower, we have a monolith, the enemy king, and the enemy minion prince, but it's not going to matter. And we have the enemy disarmor camp up here as well, but again, it's not going to matter because that's going to be the last building that goes down, so it's not even going to get a chance to do anything. As soon as it gets destroyed, the raid ends. Again, another absolutely crushing 3-star. So I'm going to hop into another one. All right, on to attack number 4. We have a box base this time with the Town Hall out on the edge. Pretty nasty rage core. And we got, yeah, over here, our Yeti, if it goes up, should be able to pick up that giant for our side, which would be really nice, which it does. And it might actually tank for that Yeti, so our Yeti might actually get some value out here. And I am going to go into the Town Hall. I just didn't want to leave it up. But I did drop my last clone kind of towards the core here to try to get these fire spitters out. I'm not sure if they're going to go down or not. We do get one of them. I don't think we're going to get the second one, but we still have a lot of Yeti mites actually spawning. No, it doesn't quite go down. We get good enough value. We set the pathing. Our giant's actually going to wreck that enemy queen, which is perfect. Look at that. 2 shots it. That is absolutely broken. I don't understand why they released all these event troops and didn't play test them or anything. Why are they so broken? It's absolutely insane. They didn't balance any of them. All of them are overpowered. Look at this. We hit our King's Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball. It clears every building on the outside there. We should wreck that enemy disarmor. It actually did some work on our Pekkas, but it's not going to matter. We still have our RC ability. Could swag it. Queen ability we popped just to get the giant out in front. But honestly, could have swagged that too. RC, we really don't even need the ability. We're just going to 2 times through this again. Our super minions are catching up now, sniping out stuff in the core that got missed. That's why I really like having them. They do die to a Seeking Air Mine, but it's not going to matter. Look how many troops we have left. All of our heroes are still alive. That's just not even fair. They didn't even remotely try to balance these troops. It's absolutely insane. All right, I believe this is attack number 5. We have an Invis and Poison Tower core. This is a little bit different of a base. Where did I drop from? Okay, I still haven't deployed my Yeti. For some reason, I thought I saw it deployed. Okay, it's down here. We're going to go into that ricochet cannon. Then we're going to clone into the core here. We should get the Town Hall, but it can be a little bit risky with that Poison Tower there. And look at that. We actually almost missed our clone drops there. That was close. I almost screwed that up. Our Yeti might somehow didn't walk into that clone. But the Poison Tower does trigger, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to get that Town Hall now. We do have the rage down, but look how much damage that Poison Tower does. Yeah, we don't even come close to getting the Town Hall. So for future reference, this was the first day I used this, so I didn't have much practice. But yeah, definitely don't drop your Yeti Mite Clone Bomb into a Poison Tower. You want to avoid the Poison Tower. We use our 2 Valkyries to clear off those 2 collectors over there, so we don't have any troops wander. And then we just spam everything else in the middle. We got King, Queen, Siege Barracks on the outside. Look how fast these things tear through the base. They're already in the core. That's insane. We picked up a Kane from the enemy army camp, which is also in the core, because it does actually target the Town Hall, so it's pretty easy. No matter where you pick it up, it's going to get into the core. as long as it's protected. Our warden does go down there. I'm not sure how our warden got targeted with all that stuff out in front of it, but I mean, I guess it is what it is. Enemy minion prince is getting absolutely melted. Our super minions should snipe out the enemy royal champion down there. They're doing work. We do have the giant we picked up down here from the army camp, which kills the, what was that, a kane or a yeeter? I didn't see it. Look at that. Those giants are broken. The splash damage takes out the ricochet cannon through the wall with a melee attack. I mean, what? These troops are just not balanced. Every single one of them is broken. The yeeter is good, but it's definitely by far the worst event troop we have right now. The other ones are just so overpowered. So I'm going to hop into another attack. All right, I kind of lost count of which attack this is, but we have a poison tower in the core. I would like to Yeti clone bomb that, but with the poison, yeah, we have double poison towers. So this is actually probably the best counter to the Yeti clone bomb, but like I said, these event troops are so broken. Even if you screwed up the Yeti clone bomb, it low-key might still triple. Yeah, and we actually are going to go for the core here. We're going to get the monolith and both fire spitters. I actually don't go for the town hall this time because there's just no value around it. I'm going to get that multi-gear cannon. We're going to get both fire spitters, I believe. Yeah, we might even get an inferno. We get that expo. Yeah, we don't take out the poison tower, which is unfortunate, but I already dropped everything in down here. Look at this. Both of our friendly army camps are right here, so we're going to pick up the giant and the kane to push in with our initial push of troops. This is not even fair. Yeah, that's broken. He's got both of the defensive ones up top, but both of my friendly ones were down at the bottom, so I picked those up. So now we have a kane and a giant with our push of these disarmers, as well as my queen ability. When I pop the queen ability, it's going to put another giant out in front. That's what the action figure does. If you guys weren't familiar with that, if you guys don't have it unlocked yet, I definitely would. It's really powerful. We're going to 2x through this because this base is absolutely smashed. We finally trigger the enemy army camp troops, but it's not going to matter. Watch how fast our disarmers just absolutely melt these things. Yeah, no chance. This base, again, completely crushed. I'm not sure how many I have left. I kind of lost track. I think we might have 2 left, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, we got this one and then one more. This is an interesting base here. We got double invis towers, but neither of them are with the town hall. All the heroes are protecting the town hall. So I was trying to think of where to come in from here. But if you guys didn't know, your Yeti clone bomb, if you go for an invis tower, it won't trigger the invis until it actually fully destroys the invis tower. Once the invis tower gets destroyed, obviously it drops its spell. So it is really easy to Yeti clone bomb against invis towers. They're just not that good. I think poison towers might become meta just because they're the best chance at defending against this Yeti clone bomb, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, you just can't defend it. I mean, the Yeti clone bomb with some other attacks, maybe you can, but pairing this with the event troops, good luck. You have no chance of defending. We use our 2 Valkyries there to trim that trash. King, Queen, Siege Barracks at the bottom. Spam our disarmers in. Look how fast they ran through there because that invis tower triggered. They skipped that invis tower section right there and made it all the way to the core in literally 2 seconds. That is so broken. They're going to tear through the enemy ice golems now. These things absolutely shred ice golems. There's nothing the ice golems can do to even slow them down because they basically one-shot all of them at the same time because they do so much splash damage. Our king and our giant actually pick up the town hall, which is clutch. We still have our queen and a pekka back there clearing out that invis tower section. Now this invis tower is going to trigger on the backside, but it's not going to matter. All of our disarmers are alive. We're about to pick up a kane from that army camp. Our king's still alive. We still have our queen ability. We popped our RC ability, which we didn't even need. Basically could have just swagged that, but we used it anyway. Everything tearing through the backside of the base. We're going to 2x through this. Yeah, stood absolutely no chance. This base, again, absolutely crushed. So as you see, that's 7 attacks down. I literally just spam everything in. Every attack, maybe around 2 minutes. Nothing even close on time. Nothing close on power. Just completely dominated every base. We've got one more replay. All right, this is the last attack, and this has just proved to you guys how incredibly easy this is. And again, we have both army camps over here for free that we can pick up. If you guys didn't know, the blue ones are friendly ones. Those troops will be on your side, and the red ones will be on defense. Didn't mention that because I kind of thought it was a given, but some people might not know that. And unfortunately, again, I didn't learn my lesson. Or actually, this was earlier. So I went into the poison tower again, but it didn't really matter this time because we were really just going for the town hall. We carved out a huge section there. We carved out that whole side of the base. We picked up both of our event troops over here with a Valkyrie. We just dropped 1 Valkyrie on them. Unfortunately, we get a really bad split on our disarmers here, and I wasn't even able to catch them in the warden ability because of it. So this is by far the worst executed attack I had of the day, and you're still going to see it does not matter. It's going to shred through the base. We're just going to 2x, because again, there's nothing you even really have to do. Basically, just watch for your King's Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball, but even if he goes to auto ability, it really doesn't matter, to be honest with you. Everything else can just auto ability. Once you hit your Warden ability, you can basically just set your device down and walk away. Super minions picking off the clan castle. Our disarmers melt the enemy queen, and look how overkilled that still is. Even though we didn't catch them in the Warden ability, they split at the beginning, it still absolutely crushed the base. So I'm hoping they don't actually leave these troops this overpowered for the full 20 days of the event, because that would absolutely suck, because it would be impossible to defend. Just to show you guys the plus 320, we got plus 320 here, and we're actually doing pretty good on defense. We forced 2 1-stars with that same base I was mentioning yesterday in the video. The base I've been using has been really good for me. As you see over there, I'm still over 5,600 trophies, but I do have a couple of defenses left to take. So I'm pretty well up there. I'm obviously not in the top 200, but I peak in the top 200 after I do my attacks and then slowly fall out. But yeah, this attack is completely broken. Once people catch on, I'm probably going to stop defending, but luckily some people still aren't using the event troops, so that's how I'm getting my defenses, and I'm getting a guaranteed plus 320 on offense. So it might be easy for me to climb in trophies this season, but a lot of people are going to be doing the same, so I don't know what rank I'm going to reach. But let me know in the comments if you guys tried this out and how easy it was for you guys. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time.